In the days of ancient Greece, in the city of Sirens, there lived a hero whose name echoed through the annals of time, Hercules. The son of Zeus, king of the gods, and a mortal woman named Alcmene, Hercules possessed unparalleled strength and courage, yet his path to heroism was marred by tragedy. King Eurystheus, the ruler of Mycenae and a cousin to Hercules, sought to humble and punish the hero for the unforgivable crimes he had committed. Driven to madness by the vengeful goddess Hera, Hercules had unknowingly slain his own wife and children. To atone for these sins, he was tasked with 12 labors of unimaginable difficulty, each designed to test his mettle and character. The 10th of these labors would take Hercules to the ends of the known world and challenge him in ways he had never imagined. King Eurystheus, under the malevolent influence of Hera, assigned him the task of capturing the Cattle of Geryon. This assignment was a multifaceted punishment. It aimed to disgrace Hercules, who was seen as a threat to the king's rule, and to showcase the hero's strength, courage, and resourcefulness. Geryon, the formidable giant who guarded the prized cattle, was a creature of both awe and dread. He possessed 3 heads, each adorned with gruesome snake-like beards, and 3 sets of arms and legs. His body was a testament to his immense power. Hercules knew that facing such a foe would require not just brawn but also strategy. Preparation was key. Hercules armed himself with a colossal club hewn from the trunk of an ancient oak tree. This weapon symbolized his strength and would serve as a practical means to engage Geryon from a distance. He also devised a strategy, intending to face each of Geryon's heads and sets of arms one at a time, exploiting the giant's tripartite nature. But the battle would not be a mere clash of might. It would be a test of wits and adaptability. Hercules was not just a powerhouse. He was a hero whose intelligence matched his strength. As he stood at the precipice of this epic showdown, he knew that his mental acumen would be just as crucial as his physical prowess. The journey to the remote island of Erytheia, where the Cattle of Geryon resided, was fraught with challenges and dangers that would test the limits of Hercules' legendary strength and resolve. As he and his crew set sail from Sirens, they were immediately confronted by fierce and unpredictable storms, the wrath of the sea god Poseidon manifesting in towering waves and thundering thunderstorms. But the perils did not end there. Treacherous sea monsters lurked in the depths. Scylla, the multi-headed monster, and Charybdis, the monstrous whirlpool, posed grave threats to any sailor attempting to pass through. The Sirens, with their hauntingly beautiful songs, attempted to lure Hercules and his crew to their doom. Navigating through uncharted waters added another layer of complexity to the journey. Erytheia, the island where Geryon's cattle grazed, was believed to be at the very edge of the known world. Hercules and his crew had to rely on their seamanship and knowledge of celestial navigation to find their way. Weeks turned into months, and their food supplies dwindled. Hunger and fatigue tested their resolve, but Hercules remained resolute. He had faced adversity throughout his life, and this journey was just another chapter in his quest for redemption. Finally, they arrived at Erytheia, a land as formidable as the giant they sought to confront. Its cliffs rose like titans from the sea, and the treacherous shores were battered by ceaseless waves. Accessing the island required Hercules to employ his strength and resourcefulness once again. The Cattle of Geryon held great significance in Greek mythology, far beyond their striking appearance. Their red hides gleamed with a deep, radiant hue, marking them as exceptional and extraordinary. In a culture where color often symbolized power and strength, the red cattle represented the might of their owner, Geryon. Legends swirled around these cattle. Some tales suggested they were descended from divine or primordial cattle, connecting them to the gods or the creation of the world. Their mystical properties were renowned. Their meat was said to be exceptionally tender and flavorful, and their milk was rich beyond compare. Erytheia, the island where the cattle grazed, held cosmic significance. It was associated with the place where the sun dipped below the horizon, marking the western edge of the known world. The cattle were seen as guardians of this mystical realm, and their value was enhanced by this connection to the natural order of the cosmos. King Eurystheus assigned Hercules the task of capturing these cattle precisely because of their significance. Their unique and mythical qualities made them a fitting challenge for a hero of Hercules' stature. The labor tested not only his physical strength, but also his resourcefulness and determination to complete the 12 labors. The confrontation between Hercules and Eurytion, the herdsman guarding the cattle, was an epic clash of titans. Hercules employed specific strategies and tactics to overcome his formidable adversary. But it was no ordinary battle. Eurytion, like Geryon, was a powerful opponent. Hercules chose to divide and conquer. He aimed to engage Eurytion away from the cattle and any potential reinforcements. Agility and precision were his allies. Despite his immense size and strength, Hercules skillfully evaded Eurytion's attacks, using his club with precision to parry blows and create openings for counterattacks. But Eurytion was no pushover. He displayed a level of combat prowess that Hercules had not initially anticipated. The battle was characterized by unpredictable moves and counterattacks. Eurytion's resilience surprised Hercules, as he fought with unwavering determination. The duel between Hercules and Eurytion was intense and protracted. Neither warrior was willing to concede defeat easily. They pushed each other to the limits of their physical and mental endurance. Yet, in the end, Hercules' superior skills and strategy prevailed. Through well-timed strikes and clever maneuvers, he managed to disarm Eurytion and secure victory. During his quest to capture the Cattle of Geryon, Hercules was not alone. He carried with him the weight of divine heritage, being a demigod and the son of Zeus. While the gods did not directly intervene in mortal affairs, they watched over him with great interest. The involvement of Hera, Zeus's wife, was a recurring theme throughout Hercules' labors. It was Hera's wrath that had led to his madness and the subsequent killing of his family. This, in turn, led to the assignment of the 12 labors as a form of punishment. Hera's interference and opposition to Hercules were a constant source of adversity. Some versions of the myth suggested that Hercules was equipped with mystic artifacts or weapons for certain labors. However, in the case of the Cattle of Geryon, he primarily relied on his own strength, skill, and intelligence. These qualities, inherited from his divine parentage, were the true sources of his power. The quest to capture the cattle on the remote island of Erytheia held cosmic and symbolic significance. It marked a journey to the very limits of the known world, where the sun dipped below the horizon. It symbolized Hercules' ability to transcend mortal boundaries and undertake challenges that tested his heroic stature. The return journey with the cattle of Geryon was not a simple voyage. The cattle, now under Hercules' control, were far from docile. Their restlessness and longing for their former home made them difficult to manage. They bellowed and stampeded, creating chaos during the voyage. As they journeyed homeward, Hercules and his crew encountered resistance from the native Erytheian bulls. These fierce creatures were protective of their territory, and Hercules had to engage in battles to secure safe passage for the cattle. The challenges of the return journey took a toll on Hercules' crew. Some were lost along the way, overwhelmed by the restless cattle and the hardships of the voyage. Their sacrifices added to the drama of the hero's journey. The voyage itself was an epic ocean crossing, fraught with the same perils Hercules faced on the way to Erytheia. Storms, sea monsters, and treacherous waters once again tested the hero's mettle and seamanship. Navigating through uncharted waters required expert navigation. Hercules and his crew relied on the stars and their knowledge of celestial navigation to find their way back to Sirens. The vastness of the sea and the unpredictability of the elements made this a daunting task. Finally, after a long and arduous journey, Hercules and the cattle of Geryon arrived at Sirens. The triumphant return of the hero, leading the magnificent red cattle into the city, was met with astonishment and admiration. King Eurystheus marveled at the hero's success. But Eurystheus, far from being impressed, was filled with envy and fear. He saw the red cattle as a symbol of Hercules' growing power and the admiration he garnered from the people. In a move to assert his dominance and further test Hercules, Eurystheus ordered that the cattle be released back into the wild. Hercules, bound by his oath to complete the 12 labors, had no choice but to comply. The release of the cattle of Geryon marked the completion of the 10th labor, but it also signaled the continuation of Hercules' quest. He would go on to face the 11th labor, the retrieval of the golden apples of the Hesperides, and the 12th labor, the capture of Cerberus, the guardian of the underworld. And so, the tale of Hercules and the cattle of Geryon stands as a testament to the hero's strength, resilience, and determination. It is a story of epic battles, cosmic significance, and the enduring legacy of one of the greatest heroes of Greek mythology. Thank you for watching. Please comment below what you would like to see next.